Hey Jude, I wanted to come back to you and report back on this Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus that I have pretty much put to the test. There's the screen there. And then as compared to the Samsung Galaxy S9 11-inch that they left as an S9, which, by the way, I don't know. I've tried to look it up to see, and even Samsung couldn't tell me. If this S9, like this S10 Plus, is going to get 7 years of updates. So this is 7 years of updates, and I would probably, if I had to make a guess, since they didn't change it, that it's probably going to still be 4 years of updates on the S9. Just my guess. It's got the Gen 2 processor. It's got an OLED screen. Let me get back to here. It's got an OLED screen. Give me 1 second here. I wanted to get it on the same type. If you can see that, it's bright. But it's got an OLED too. So AMOLED. So when I compare the two. Here they are. Let me move this S Pen out of the way. So all I was going to do is fall down. But if I stack them, this is the difference you get. And I mean, it's quite substantial. That's the difference you get in size. What I also wanted to report back to you on is the anti-reflective coating that is on the S10 Plus. Let me get this back here to here and show you that you're not going to see. You'll recognize the most of the difference. You'll recognize it in the sunlight. But you can see the glare of my block of that lamp right there. I'm fixing to do the other one in, so you can see the glare. Both of them are on the same brightness level. Now let's do this one here. You see how the glare is less? I get that shine on there. Get back over there. You can see it. You can see it. I mean, it's less glare. You can definitely tell that this has an anti-glare reflective coating on it, like it's anti-glare. So that's a positive for the S10 Plus. That Tab S10 Plus. This is S9 has, which I'm fixing to get to, the Gen 2, but for the portability, if I can get this stopped, I'm fixing to turn the screen off because it's driving me insane. But the portability of this is so much, it's drastically, just so much easier to handle. But it's hard to turn down the 12.4 inch size display. I think I've had the S9 Ultra before, and that is just a mammoth tablet. It's very cumbersome to port around, and this is really almost pushing the boundary of being too big to port around and carry around. But it is big. You can see your camera modules are different. They have little rings around them. Samsung's etched into the back along with the S Pen. The magnet's a lot stronger.
So I am back.
And if I push another button on it, here's what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to turn these off. That way I don't push another button. So, that being said, they left this with the Gen 2, the S9 11-inch Tab S9. They didn't upgrade this to the S10 series. They left it as the S9, and they left it at Gen 2. So that takes us to the processor, the Mediatek Dimensity 9300 Plus, I believe. Why did Samsung use that and this? Why didn't they use a Snapdragon like this has, like the S9 series has? And let's try this here. I see if this works here. See the glare. You can see the glare of me. Let's try this glare here. See the difference as how it's muted? The anti-glare definitely works. So why did Samsung go with the Dimensity, Mediatek Dimensity chip instead of the Snapdragon? I believe, because I've been doing some research on it, when they released the 8 Gen 2 was first released, it was said that Samsung had a special, theirs was specially clocked to give more performance to their Samsung devices, phones, tablets, everything. The 8 Gen 2 was supposed to. But I believe that tech holds back, and I believe that they let the cat out of the bag, and when they gave Samsung that special overclocked 8 Gen 2 that was supposed to perform better, I think that it performed better across the board, across the entire spectrum of all the devices, all the brands out there that use the 8 Gen 2. The battery life on this is incredible compared to, I mean, it's incredible. Battery life on the Mediatek is pretty as good, but it's not near as I got some on my tab there. It's not near as good as this. The battery life, the standby time on this is almost non-existent. I haven't charged this thing really since I got it. It's still in 50-something%. It's not. It doesn't. The battery life on the 8 Gen 2 processor is the most well-optimized processor to date, and I haven't compared it to the 8 Gen 4 Elite yet, but I'm sure that the Elite will probably surpass this, but it may not. This thing, this has got, the 8 Gen 2 is the best as far as I'm concerned. So, performance-wise, these two are the same. The 8 Gen 2, Mediatek Dimensity 300 Plus, or 9300 Plus, a lot of people would say it compares to the 8 Gen 3. I think it compares to the 8 Gen 2. So Samsung should have just kept the 8 Gen 2 and put them in the S10 Plus, or made an 8 Gen 2 Plus, if they have that, and put it in the S10 Plus. I do think that, because I think the Mediatek, so what I think happened was Samsung struck a deal with Mediatek to get that special treatment overclock, because you notice this was a Mediatek Dimensity 9300 Plus, which only Samsung gets that. And I guess if you're biggest Samsung, you expect to get perks. Well, I think the Snapdragon got too expensive, and they wouldn't do the perk for Samsung like that anymore. And the first time it backfired on them, and the 8 Gen 2 across the entire spectrum, all the brands outperformed everything. They had everybody's battery life, all the battery lives on all these different phones almost doubled in longevity because of how well optimized the 8 Gen 2 was. So I think that's the reason why they went with the Mediatek Dimensity in the S10 Plus this time. It's because they couldn't get a deal with the Snapdragon processor. They couldn't save the money. It got too expensive, and Samsung's about cutting corners and about going cheap. They got cheap and have cut corners. That's the bottom line. So, will the Mediatek hold up long term? It's hard to say. I mean, it gets guaranteed 7 years of update. So, I think I would rather have the S9 Plus. But the anti-reflective screen is really good. The performance of the Mediatek 9300 Plus is really good now. Just now. But over time, I just don't know. It's hard to say. It's anybody's guess, I guess. But I don't think it's going to be bad. I just don't think it'll outlast the Snapdragon. The Snapdragon is already, tried, proven, tested. So, I either would have liked to have seen the 8 Gen 2 or the 8 Gen 4 Elite put into it, but they're not going to do that to the tablets right now. And they didn't want to go back with 8 Gen 2 because they would have their customer us thinking that there had been no forward progress, and which is rightfully so. But still, the 8 Gen 2 is a better processor than the Mediatek 9300 Plus, I believe. So take that as you may, and I hope that helps. S9 11-inch Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, S10 Plus, Tab S10 Plus, Mediatek 9300, Dimensity 9300. So there they are, both I think both silver, and I may end up keeping both of them because they're both so drastic. This is so easy to port around. I take this out of my inspections with me. Actually, I could probably inspect property with this thing. But I have this that. Stay tuned for this. This I'll have a full review of the Lenovo, the most powerful 8-inch or sub 10-inch. This is 8.8 inches. The most powerful 8-inch tablet on the market, Android tablet on the market. The Tab, the Legion 8 Y700 Lenovo. And I'll tell you why to go. They just came out with a 24 model, 24, 25, however you want to put it there. They call it both. And this is the 23 model, 8 Gen Plus 1 processor, and the 24 model is 8 Gen 3. Major differences, and I'll explain. But I'm having a full review of this and some hidden features of the Tab S10 Plus that goes with this tablet. But this right here is my favorite tablet. Awesome. I highly recommend it. So stay tuned for that too. So I have a review on it and why to get the 2300 over the 2023 model, 2023 model over the 2024 model. Why you should do that. And trust me on that, you should definitely do that. If you're looking at this tablet, just get the 2023. That's all I got. Questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them. Subscribe if you're new. Sorry, this one a little bit long. I wanted to get all this in, and I had a lot of information to get to you. But like and share, and I appreciate you watching. And if you watched the whole video, let me know where I can thank you. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.